Hey there, this is Bradford with Rec and Parks. With social distancing and shelter-in-place orders continuing, many shared celebrations, such as birthdays, have had to be held in private to a much more limited audience. While it's easy enough to share photos of these events, today I'll be going over an easy way to create a video montage from your photos and/or video snippets to give it a little extra flair. The software we'll be using should be standard on any Windows 10 computer. First, you'll need the photos and videos to be copied to your computer. Media on a phone can usually be quickly copied by plugging the phone into the computer's USB port. If that isn't an option, you can also email the photos to yourself or add them to social media to download on the computer. For this exercise, I'll be using some random photos I've found on the internet. You can, of course, use far more than just the 3 images I'll be using here. Bringing up the Start menu and typing in Video should bring up Video Editor as the first result. I'm going to go ahead and start that. On the welcome screen that pops up, click New Video Project. You'll be prompted to give the new project a name. In this case, I'll just go ahead and type in B-Day. The first step in getting a project rolling is to import the media you wish to use in it. That's as simple as swapping over to the folder where the photos are stored, dragging a selection box around them, and then dragging any one of them over to the project library area in the video editor window. A good start for most projects is a title card, so I'll go ahead and click on the Add Title Card button just below the library, and then begin customizing it by clicking Text just to the right. In the text box, I'll add in the text so-and-so's nth birthday. Right below that is a selection of styles. More than just changing the font, many of them include elaborate opening animations that you can see by using the player controls right beneath the preview. You can, and probably should, also change the background color to something else. I'm going to use an angry red, and then click Done to return to the main window. Once done with the title card, start arranging your photos on the storyboard track in the order you'd like them presented by simply dragging and dropping them into place. For each of these 3 pictures, I'm going to make some changes from the default, which is just showing the static image for 3 seconds. For this first picture showing the waiting room, I'll click Duration and choose 5 seconds. Clicking on Motion, we are presented with a choice of various slight movements for the image. In this case, I'm going to choose Zoom in Center, as that gives kind of a welcoming beckon to the picture, as you can see in the preview window. Then I'll click Text to add some text, much like we did with the title card, except this time I'm going to select the text as just being a top title line instead of being large and in the center. I'm also going to make sure this added effect covers the entire duration of the photo by dragging the edges here. This is something you'll usually want to do for most of the added effects. Now for this picture of the cake, after extending the duration, I'm going to add in some animated flames. Okay, so I clicked on 3D Effects, and now I'm going to drag the candle flame effect roughly over one of the candles. Once you've dragged it over, you get a nice little box where you can move it and resize it as needed. Once again, I'm going to extend the duration all the way to full. And I don't want this playing a burning candle sound, so I'm going to take the volume down to nothing. Clicking back on effects, I'm going to go ahead and quickly add in 3 more candles, doing the same thing. But for each of the next ones, I'm going to slightly delay the starting of it. So this is going to give it the effect of the flames igniting from left to right. So I get in 2 more here. That's a little too big. And 1 more. A little too big again. Okay, so now if I check the preview, there we go. So they're all igniting left to right. Oh, and this one needs no volume. Finally, I'll add a giant explosion right to the middle of the cake, just because I can. And we'll have that trigger a little bit more than halfway through the photo. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So for photos that were shot in the vertical, the tilt up or down motion effects can be used to get a little more width out of the video. I'm also going to return to 3D effects and add in some extra effects to the blank areas. In this case, we'll do balloons, and we'll make that bigger. It's perfectly fine if some of the effect is off the edge of the frame here. Okay, once again, use the whole side. No volume. And on the other side, I'll put the confetti fountain. Okay. So, let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's great. Finally, some background sound, narration, or otherwise. If you click on background music up at the top, you'll have some sample music you can add. You'll probably have a few more selections. This computer wasn't allowed to download the full amount of musics. Or, what I'm actually going to do here is add our own custom audio. For example, you could have everybody present record singing Happy Birthday on your phone. Copy that to the computer and add that in. Since inflicting my singing voice on you all would probably be considered a crime, I'm just going to use a synthesized voice here. And I decide I want us to start about when the cake shows up. So I'll drag it over there and extend it to its full duration. Okay. Now that everything is complete, a click up on Finish Video in the upper left will create and save the video file. You can usually just leave the details in place in this dialog. Prompted with a file name, bday.mp4 is fine. So now the video will be rendered. Once that's done, it will be played back for me. Explosions and all. Okay. So now that you have your video file, you can post it to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or your social media platform of choice. Be sure to set the appropriate privacy settings if you only want it viewable by family or friends. Now, normally, you can't directly email videos as they are too large to add as attachments. If you want to directly send the file to someone, you'll have to do something like upload it to your Google Drive or other web hosting and email them the link. I hope this helps spark some video project ideas. As always, have fun and stay safe.